Hi, welcome to Tell Your Growth Story with Numbers. By now, you should have clarity about your current business model, as well as how it would evolve in the next 5 years. How will the design of your business model impact on your revenue and cost? This is the single most important knowledge that you need to have out of the entire program, because it will empower you to continue fine-tuning and improve your business. In the next few slides, I will explain the relationship between each component of the business model with revenue streams and cost structure. As there's a lot to cover, I will be covering this concept across 2 videos. In this video, we will cover the components in the right-hand side of the business model, whereas in the next video, I will cover the left-hand side of the business model. So let's first start with customer segments and value propositions. These 2 blocks are tightly related. The customer segment that you have chosen drives the number of customers and the number of transactions per product or service. The unique value proposition to your customer segment will directly impact on how much you can charge them and how much they would spend on average per transaction. Now let's move on to look at the impact of channels on cost and revenue. In the context of the business model canvas, channels refer to how the business communicates with and reaches customers to deliver its value proposition. It includes activities in a typical marketing funnel, from generating awareness, promoting evaluation of the product, incentivizing purchase, and referral of the product. These activities directly drive the expenses around marketing, sales promotion, and referral cost. But these activities also drive revenue. When your marketing funnel is well designed, it should be able to generate steady and predictable number of leads and convert them to paying customers. Now let's take a look at the impact of customer relationship. Customer relationship is about how to establish and maintain relationships so that customers will stick to your business rather than switching to other alternatives or competitors. Examples of expenses incurred in establishing and maintaining relationships are those incurred in loyalty programs and servicing or supporting the customers. In addition to being a cost driver, good customer relationship also directly impacts on revenue. Research has clearly shown that it is easier and cheaper to upsell and cross-sell to an existing customer compared to getting a new customer. Hence, it's important to have a good customer retention strategy. However, you should note that the ability to generate revenue may be affected if there's poor product market fit and customers are not adopting the product as expected. So now let's take a look at how growth impacts on your revenue and cost. Firstly, when you pursue new markets like expanding overseas or a different segment, you are increasing revenue streams, which is great. However, you should not assume that it would only increase exponentially. As mentioned above, the ability to generate revenue may be affected by poor product market fit. Even if your business model proves to be profitable, you should expect competition, which will result in maybe lesser customers, or each customer will spend less. Now let's take a look at the impact of growth on cost structure. With growth, we can expect economies of scale or scope, which will likely drive down the marketing, sales, referral costs, as well as servicing and loyalty programs. Now, let's recap what we have learned in this video. We start by focusing on the relationship between the blocks on the right-hand side of the business model with revenue and cost. These 4 blocks are customer segments, value proposition, channels, and customer relationships. We saw that revenue is directly impacted by the customer segment and value proposition block. We also saw that customer acquisition and retention activities which impacts number of paying customers, which in turn also drives revenue. Next, we learned that cost is driven by activities in channels and customer relationships. Finally, we learned that new market entry is likely to result in an increase in revenue, but poor product market fit and competition can have a downward pressure on revenue. With growth, we can also expect economies of scale or scope to drive down the channels and customer relationship related costs. In the next video, I will explain how the components on the left-hand side of the business model link to costs. See you soon.